Good afternoon, Coach George Redney. George Redney, Challenger Community News. How you doing this afternoon?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm just wondering, now in the playoffs, look like everybody has a strong running game. And I'm wondering, with the defensive now, it look like stopping the run is definitely going to be a major issue, a major thing that needs to be done during this upcoming playoffs, starting with the Denver Broncos. And I'm wondering with Javonte Williams and the assortment of backs that they have as well, how, what kind of concepts do you feel how important is that to stop that run and make them a one-dimensional team with Bo Nix?
It's always important. It's always important, regardless of the game, um, regardless of the time of the year. That's defensive football. If you can make them one dimensional, obviously that makes things a little easier for the defense. And clearly in the playoffs in Buffalo, that's going to be an absolute must that we have to do.
And with Dwayne Smoot and Dwayne Carter both playing yesterday, and they both coming off of wrist surgery, how do you feel? How do you feel they played in yesterday's game? How did you grade them?
Yeah, I think they both did some good things, and there's some things we need to correct as in every game. And we need to be playing our best football individually and collectively. Obviously, this is the most important time of the year.
All right, thank you for your time. Good luck this coming Sunday.
You got it, George. Thank you, man.
All right, Bobby. Mark.
Mark, you're muted.
Mark, you unmuted.
There we go. I think I got it. Okay, Mark Gahn from the Buffalo News. Thanks for joining us. You're going to be able to have some screen set to the North Dakota State game today.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't want to get too distracted with what I got to do, but yes, go Bison, and we're gonna beat the Bobcats.
It's a rivalry. Their Bobcats are it's a holy war for them this game. Anyway, third down defense. You're 29th, and when you look at it, 3rd and 10 or more is pretty good, what you would expect. But 3rd, 6, 7, 8, 9 has been a lot higher rate of conversions than you would expect. Just kind of what do you think about this? Obviously, there's 8,000 reasons against every opponent, but what do you think about this and how much, have you guys been working on it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's not a number you want. You don't want to be ranked there. You want to, everything you want to do. You want to be a top 5 team in the NFL, and certainly 3rd down is very important. We've emphasized that. Tried to identify the areas not only that we need to improve, but where we think we can be better. And I'm saying that as what do we do well, and where can we kind of focus our energy, if that makes sense. So obviously we're working on it constantly. Guys are aware and they understand the importance of getting off the field on 3rd down.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
You got it.
Hey, Bobby. Asked Sean something similar, but I was wondering kind of 2 parts, just how you evaluated DeMar and Taylor, DeMar and Taylor yesterday. But then also just like what it was like evaluating them when they're playing with such different people on the defense. And, that does kind of impact communication and everything.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple of things in there where yesterday we wanted to be better. And, DeMar's missed some time, so it's good for him to get back out there. And there's some areas in his game from yesterday where, we need to see some improvement there, as is every game. Every week's a different week. There's things that everybody's got to work on. And certainly it's also with Taylor.
Thanks.
You get it.
Hey, Bobby. I was wondering, coming off that, like having the two of them back there together and getting those reps and like getting that communication back after DeMar missed 3 games alone, like, I guess, how does that help? Like when you're going into this stretch?
Yeah, it helps tremendously. It helps tremendously. And communication, especially in our stadium, is of the utmost importance. And we've all got to be on the same page. And even if we're all wrong, but we're all wrong together, we're all right. And, so that level of communication has been valued here for a long time.
And I was curious, just in that game, there are obviously a lot of young guys, got some reps, specifically Joe Andreessen and Edifuan. How did you feel like those young linebackers performed in that game?
I thought they did a pretty dang good job. They haven't had a lot of reps and on defense at all in the regular season. So I thought they did a good job. Obviously, there's some things they want to get back, but they played fast, they played physical, and Joe did a really nice job running the operation.
I was curious when you're watching, I know it's still just Monday, but watching tape of Bo Nix and like him as a rookie quarterback, like are there things specifically like his ability to run is something that's come up a lot, but like what specifically like does he show as a rookie quarterback that like you have to watch out for?
Yeah, I mean he's the real deal now. He's the real deal. Not only can he hurt you with his arm, he can hurt you with his legs. I think he's a smart player. I think he's a poised player. I think you see command, and it's not too big for him. So I think you see all those things, and he's definitely a handful. That's for sure. And I think what you've seen as the season's gone on is you've seen a maturation process, like any rookie would have, and to where the game's slowing down for him, and he's in more control, and like I said earlier, more command of the offense.
Thank you.
You got it.
Coach Babich, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080. How you doing?
What's up, Mookie?
I'm good, Coach. It is smart, fast, and physical time once again. Playoffs. Just got to talk about Christian Benford and the way he's played all season.
Yeah, I mean, CB's done a great job. He's made a lot of big plays for us. He's been a part not only of taking the ball away, but being, there's other things in there where maybe we didn't recover a fumble or little things here and there, but he's constantly thinking about the ball, doing a really nice job. And like all our players, we need to be playing our best ball here in these starting this week.
No doubt, Coach. We all know that Cortland Sutherland is the main guy in that receiving core, but the X factor, Marvin Mims, he's been on fire as of late. I can't dive into, okay, what's the plan for that guy, but what do you see out of Marvin Mims on tape?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive player. There's a reason that I believe he's the AFC returner for the Pro Bowl. So obviously that tells you how explosive he is, and with the ball in his hands, what he can do. And not only is he good in space, but he, obviously his speed, he can take the top off. So definitely got to be aware of him and what he brings.
Absolutely. As a former DB out there in North Dakota, and, Micah Hyde is back. Just care to talk about how much of his knowledge on the sideline and practice has been instrumental to this young group.
Did you say me being a DB in North Dakota? Dakota State.
North Dakota State, right? Yeah. Sorry, being disrespectful there, right?
No, that's all right. That's all right. No. It's great. It's great. I mean, the experience that Mike has had playing in this league, and the things that he's seen over the course of his time in this league, and just the way he sees the game is absolutely invaluable to all our guys in that room, and especially the young guys.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Or Bison.
Bison.
Mookie struggling today. What's up, Bobby?
Yeah. What's up?
Speaking of Micah, I mean, you've seen him for a few weeks in practice now. Does he still got it?
Looks good.
It's good. All right.
Looks good. Just ask him; he'll tell you.
Okay. You look at your defense this season. Obviously, you've played some really, really good offenses, right? A couple of the playoff teams over 400 yards 4 times this season. You guys have allowed in the previous 3 seasons. It's 4 combined, I think. What do you think has led to that kind of production, and why do you think when things have gone that way, it's been so challenging to kind of get things under control in those games?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I think every game is in its own, if that makes sense. And clearly we are not in the business of wanting to give up 400 yards, and by no means is that within our standard. But, I think every game's a little bit different in the way you look at it. And whether it's individually, whether it's schematically, whether it's, there's a multitude of different reasons. And the thing you got to do is you got to pinpoint those. You've got to eliminate what's allowing those things to happen. Not only players, but myself. Right. And, for me to say, it's that right there, or it's this exact thing. I don't think, but you talk about third down, right? You talk about third down. I had the question earlier. You got to get off the field on third down. Get people on third down. You got to get off the field. You got to get red zone stops. And all of that kind of encompasses those type of things.
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Hey, Bobby, AJ Feldman here in Rochester. Thanks for the time. Just first off, going into your first playoffs as a defensive coordinator and play caller, just what's kind of your mindset, kind of your excitement as you reach the playoffs here?
Yeah, just process is the same. Process is the same. Every opponent's different. And, there's a certain way that, we need to play each opponent and going through the same process.
In the past, anytime a season doesn't end in a Super Bowl, there's going to be a, magnifying glass. Is there anything you've kind of taken away from some of the past playoff performances to learn from going into this year, or is anything of that nature?
No, I mean, when I look back, obviously, we've been involved a lot in the playoffs, and I think the biggest thing is, staying within who you are, knowing what your strengths are, knowing what your weaknesses are, and trying to build on those strengths and trying to strengthen those weaknesses. And I think we're here for a reason. And clearly there's things that we can still improve on. As soon as you stop thinking you can grow in any areas, that's where you really start to die. So that's kind of my mentality, and that's how we'll go about it.
All right, great. Thanks for your time. Yeah. Go Bison.
There you go. I like it.